Okay, I actually do want to move on to something that, honestly, I don't care if the rest of Raw sucked or didn't, which it didn't, by the way. Overall, I enjoyed Raw. But I got to talk about this guy. Frickin' Xavier Woods. Finally. I don't think I've ever been so pumped for a random debut in years. Maybe the Shield or something like that, but we talked in the show previously where I mentioned, I freaking love the damn guy. I think he is honestly the future of the WWE because he lives this character. And when I saw him coming out with R-Truth, I don't know about you guys, but I actually thought that was the perfect way to do it. Why? Because they've had a past in TNA, and more so than that, it gives people a time to sort of get to know him without just throwing him in that pool and having him, be by himself. So he sort of has R-Truth to fall back on, who has a pretty good fan base. But were you guys pumped? Are you guys gonna get funky?
I feel like there will be consequences for the rest of the WWE roster after his debut. And these are the jokes.
Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, no, it was a pleasant surprise to see Xavier Woods just kind of debut out of nowhere, especially before what's supposed to be a big four pay-per-view. So it was kind of unexpected, and I like that. And as far as I know, there wasn't any news that he was going to debut anytime soon. So it really was a complete surprise that they brought him in. But like you said, I think that was the best way to bring him in, was pair him with R-Truth, someone who he's partnered with before, someone who has a nice following and knows how to get the crowd going with his singing and all that. And they both have, dancing type moves in their moveset, so it does kind of work. Their pairing, they can actually work as a good tag team, and there's a lot of teams for them to feud with. So it's a good way to bring him in and not just kind of throw him into the fire of like trying to get himself over completely on his own. So I'm excited for it, and I think he had a pretty good debut, and maybe he'll get some sort of impromptu match at Survivor Series, but it's good to have him on the main roster, definitely.
One thing I really hope they keep is his theme and Titantron from
Yes.
NXT. I don't know, that thing is just beautiful because there's so many damn references in that thing. It's crazy. And from what I can see, it seems like his character's pretty much going to stay the same, because when he yelled at Morphin Time, obviously the crowd
Yeah.
didn't really get why, but I popped so hard for that. I was just happy because am I the only guy that when Xavier Woods is in the ring, you can't help but feel good? You just feel happy. You just can't help it but be happy.
I try very hard to conceal my boner, yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that they're going to let him keep the honor roll, I believe they called it, where he does the rolling clothesline, just because Roman Reigns does that type of thing as well?
Of course. He did it on Raw, so why not?
Yeah, I guess.
Plus, we're seeing by that logic, guys like Luke Harper, that he has like the clothesline from hell type of move. I don't think that similar moves should really get banned as long as they give it their own twist.
Yeah.
Or flip, right?
And these are the jokes.
So do you guys see a tag team being formed out of this, or a partnership? When R-Truth came out, obviously he mentioned the whole tag team thing, but I guess the better question would be, are we going to see singles matches out of Xavier Woods soon? Or do you think that WWE wants to season him to the audience with R-Truth and then sort of, put him out there by himself every now and then?
I really think he's going to stay in the tag team for a little while, get the crowd to be familiar with him, build him up. You might see a singles match here and there because tag teams do that every once in a while. One member from each faces each other or whatever. They could do that. But for now, I see them as a solid tag team going forward, at least for the time being. And maybe if he really catches on, they'll break him out of that. But for now, it seems like that's the best course of action. So I think they're making the right move there.
But I noticed you didn't say that you don't see tag team champions out of it. So do you think this is just going to be like a platform for Xavier Woods to start his career off on and then just move on? And then R-Truth goes back to doing whatever R-Truth does? Or do you see potential in a tag team form?
I wouldn't say anytime soon because there's already a face team who's tag team champions. But, and maybe in the next few months they might do it, but it's a little early to tell how long it's going to last. But I'm thinking at least for a few months. So who knows? We'll see.
I think WWE really wants to experiment with the guy because obviously they're invested in him. Through NXT, I mean, when the Performance Center was open, he was the one to talk. The moment he debuted, they were mentioning the whole PhD thing, and we have that forgotten reason that he's the one that started Big Show's petition. I still don't get why out of anybody they freaking chose his name, but I really think that WWE is putting him with R-Truth just to sort of see how does the crowd react to the guy. At least because I think the best example was the moment R-Truth set Xavier Woods' name, they popped. Because it's R-Truth, the way they welcomed him, it was through the song, so I think that was the perfect way to introduce him. Now it's like, can the guy carry that? But we're going to have to see if he turns into a guy like the Wyatt family, where we saw them sort of take their characters up even more, or are we just going to see Xavier Woods from NXT? I think that's where it should be. The guy plays video games. The guy loves Power Rangers. I mean, he freaking yells, it's morphin' time. I think the guy is a self-made star and can freaking easily rise to the top of the WWE. So now we have this other tag team, but we have another similar tag team in the Primetime Players where they were sort of the funny, happy guys, but now we have this team. So are we going to see interactions between tag teams, or is it just going to be these two new guys facing off random people until they get over?
It's almost a shame that they turned the Primetime Players face a couple months ago, because that could just be like a fun feud with those two teams. Just like bring in Pancake Patterson and all those fun things and just have fun.
I think there's still time to do that.
It should be a DLC outfit.
There's definitely still time to do that because the Primetime Players have pretty much all but fallen off the show. So you could probably just turn them heel. Although, I don't know, maybe the crowd is still too into them and you don't want to steal all the thunder from, Truth and Woods. What are they going to call their team name, by the way? Is it going to be like Truth in the Woods or something like that? I don't know. It's a good
if it falls in the woods.
Good thing to try and think of a good name for them. Maybe we can vote for it on the WWE app. Who knows? But yeah, maybe you could actually just have the Primetime Players turn heel and feud with them because they've done nothing in a few months.
It wouldn't be the first time they did that with R-Truth. Didn't they do something like that with R-Truth and Kofi Kingston? Like, you voted on the name of their tag team?
Did you? I don't think so. I think it was just Team Hell No.
No, that was Kofi and Evan Bourne.
Oh,
Kofi
right.
I think
Air
it
Boom.
was. With Air Boom.
Yeah, Air Boom.
I don't think I was watching
Air Boom, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking of. My bad, I got history wrong.
But they don't even need to turn Primetime Players heel. I mean, if we saw a face feud between D-Bry and John Cena for a whole month that it happened, I think it would be an amazingly fun feud to have PTP and insert name here just sort of be entertaining. You're already doing something completely different by just randomly presenting this guy with R-Truth, so why not just go all the way and experiment with this stuff? I mean, I think long-term, everybody wins. Primetime Players are over. You got Truth. You got, I almost said Consequences Creed. You got Xavier Woods. So there's nothing to lose, man. I really hope that they just don't drop the ball with this guy, because out of any guy from NXT, I will go as far as saying this, out of Cassius Ohno, who's now gone, out of Sami Zayn, out of any of these guys, the only guy that I can say 100% that is the future of the WWE is Xavier Woods, because he lives his character. He's not Corey Graves, where, you look at the guy and it's like, okay, we get it. You're this character. You look at Xavier Woods coming out and it's like, okay, even off camera, I can see this guy just being awesome.